you're either gonna get somebody like sucking the One Piece dick or somebody being like, I hate everything about it, and then it's kind of funny.
Yeah, I will suck One Piece's dick.
Oh, I will
You're
hard
welcome.
suck One Piece's dick.
Yeah.
Oda better watch out. I'm coming for like half his creations, literally.
Anyone want to do the intro? Anyone special?
Yeah, Troy, you had a perfect intro. You had a perfect
fine. Hello and welcome back to the Insomni Podcast. We are the voices in your head, keeping you up at night. Today, we are joined by Mello, also known as Chongus Dongus.
Hello.
Honestly, Troy,
Thank you for having me.
I'm proud of you. Good intro.
I expected you to stumble on your words.
Yeah, honestly.
I spent like an hour last night rehearsing that, so
I feel like you're lying. But anyway, welcome to the almost a stream. Welcome to the podcast, Mello. You're the first
That's
guest
alright.
on here. You're the
I
first
am. That's
guest on.
exciting. Hell
Mhm.
yeah.
Hopefully to have many more in the future. But tell us, how's been your day so far?
A solid day. I've been fighting YouTube to try and figure out that streaming right now, and it's clunky as all get out, so it's been very exciting. But apart from that, pretty solid. How about you guys?
my AC is broken.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So I'm
I've
very
had a
hot
chill
right
day.
now.
I've had a
same
chill day.
here.
Went to Starbucks, got me a mocha and a cheese Danish, and then worked on some stuff. And now I'm just vibing here. Now we're just here. So
Party.
I'm gonna call
is
out.
fun.
I'm gonna call out my two co-hosts. I asked them. You know, they've had 2 weeks to prepare for this, to come up with questions, and no one did jack shit. I'm the only one that did jack shit.
Look, okay. I have no excuse.
Yeah, neither
Yeah.
do I.
No, I'm fully aware. So, I don't know. I got some questions if you want to answer them. I think the first one on everyone's mind. I think you did say this in the Discord, but on everyone's mind, this one question: where did the name Chongus Dongus come from?
Yeah, I get asked that every once in a while, and it always cracks me up. So, for official lore, I'm Chongus Dongus because I'm the reincarnation of the Greek god Priapus, who is basically the god of dick, is the long short of it. The actual story behind it, though, is for Yux, my friend and I were playing Star Wars, and I wanted a really, really dumb name for my Star Wars character. So, in the process of like typing and just trying to figure one out, I was like, I'm gonna name myself Big Dick, but Big Dick was taken and I was sad. So I was like, Chongus Dongus, that's what we're doing. And my brain was so blown that nobody had taken that yet that I was like, that's fucking funny. And then I checked it in other places and nobody had used the name. And I was like, that's incredible. It's
Free real
literally
estate.
fate at this point. Exactly. I'm just gonna move right on in. My apartment now, bitch.
Take advantage.
Yeah.
No, that's actually funny.
Yeah, that's great.
I
And
don't-
you managed to make a whole lore around that, which is
Yeah,
impressive.
honestly.
I don't
I
know if that's
did.
common for VTubers to choose their name based off their lore, but you kind of just went backwards. I think. I don't know. Honestly, really
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how that worked either, but it definitely, I had the name first. I had the character technically first, then I had the name, and then I was like, what is a god of dick? I just need to find one, and as soon as I can find one, I'm gonna be in good shape. So I found it.
You did it.
Priapus, my man.
Doesn't
Yeah, big up Priapus.
I don't know about this. I would have to look it up really quick. But doesn't Japan have like a dick god?
Japan has a lot of gods.
I
They do have
guarantee
a
it
lot.
has one.
Because I remember watching a Sea Dog video recently where him and Kaho went to like this whole dick festival in Japan where like everything was covered in dicks. So it was a streamer's worst nightmare. Everything had to get censored. But yeah, so it's just I'm curious what caused that, and if there's a god, what is the name or what is their name?
For the
of dick.
Japanese one? Shin
Yeah.
Shin, probably.
Just a straight up dick.
Yeah, it's just Shin Shin. Is it Kami-sama for god?
Kami-sama.
Maybe. God, Troy here does know a little bit of Japanese, but I don't know how much they kept up with it. But yeah, God of Dicks
Kanamari Matsuri.
in Japan. Is that it, Troy?
The Festival of Steel Phallus is the annual Japanese festival held each spring at the Kanayama Shrine in Kawasaki, Japan.
The more
I
you
love
know.
that. I should go there.
It's on the
it's
it's on
in
the to-do
April,
list
so-
now.
It's definitely, it's been on the bucket list. If I ever can find a way to do some type of IRL streaming, that is 100% something I am going to.
The first thing
Mellow
you do.
Mellow Mantis in Japan, in her town, the Dick Temple.
Oh God, if only one day we'll
One
make
day.
the great pilgrimage.
Great pilgrimage to Japan. But so you did bring up you had the character first for your before you came up with the name. Was the whole goal to always be, well, I guess not, but basically was the whole goal to basically be the goddess of dicks and shit, or did that come after, or like was there any inspiration behind the character? I guess that's two questions now that I think about it.
No, it's all good. It's a great question. So it's kind of funny. I just with who I am as a person, I know that some people play a character. I do not play a character. What you get is who I am IRL, like verbatim. So it's interesting. So I wasn't necessarily planning on being the god of dick, but at least for like the character's design and whatnot, it was something that I've always just had as a child. Like I literally invented my first OC in my dreams, and I used to have like a little dream buddy who was this blonde girl with black streaks in her hair, and it was really, really weird. Like she would pop up in my dreams constantly, and she kept growing older with me, and I was like, huh, that's interesting. So I used to like design a bunch of characters and stuff basically based off of that character. And then when I decided I wanted to do VTubing, I was like, well, fuck yeah, man, I'm gonna use my first OC. Why the fuck not? And just kind of went with that. So the plan was not necessarily to be God of Dick. That ended up happening after I just found the name. But the overall design was always going to be the same.
The God of Dick really blessed you with a character design.
I know.
The stars
If they
aligned
did,
for
I
that.
feel like I'd look a little bit different.
That'll be. I want to see that timeline. The phallic mellow. Is that the right word? Phallus.
Yes.
I think
Agreed.
so. If I ever find my way onto OnlyFans or something like that, I will create an abomination for everybody.
Oh, God.
Kind of wish
Oh,
I went
boy.
through with the art I was gonna make now.
Sure.
It was great. It was incredible. I just didn't like anything about it. I kept redrawing it and I didn't like it, so I just kept deleting it.
Troy, you
Well,
gotta
what was
commit
the
to drawing.
site?
It's
If
just
you
the
want,
artistic process now, isn't it?
What was that?
It's just the artistic process, isn't it? At least
Yeah.
yours.
yeah, I think it was. I think from what I know, it was fan art of you, right, Troy?
Yeah, it was fan art of you. I wanted to like make a fan art of you that I could show you during the podcast, but I just couldn't get it done in time, and I didn't like the way it was turning out, so I just scrapped the idea.
Fuck it, I still say show whatever you
understand
got.
that. It would have been beautiful though. That's sweet. I
It
always love
would've.
fan art.
I still have the line art because I sent it to these losers.
Damn.
Alright.
Take one to no one.
Hold on, where the fuck is it? Give me a second, I'm kind of lost.
I have
Here it
the-
is.
Never mind, they found it.
That's the wrong chat. There we go. They are mushrooms here though, because I had two ideas. The first idea was the mushroom throne, and the second idea was a cock throne.
I imagine the
Oh my
cock throne being like
goodness.
the. Is it Game of Thrones that has that throne made of like all the swords? Is that Game of Thrones?
Yeah, that is Game of Thrones, I think.
Okay, imagine that throne, but just cocks. And that's
I
what Mello
loved
said.
it.
Yeah, I was inspired by. Have you ever seen the Council of Cock image from Moist Political?
Yes. Oh my
Oh,
god, I love that.
Wait, what?
You've never heard of the Council of Cock?
Should I? I feel like I should. Hold up. Council. Oh, I should probably get rid of Dick Temple of God in Japan. Council of Cock, you said?
Yeah.
Should I look
Both
this
of
up
those
in a
sound
private?
like my search history.
I've
given up.
stopped caring. This is what it looks like, Will.
Oh, okay. Good, good. Council of Cock.
Oh my god.
Will decide your fate.
It's kind of deep fried, but it's the first one I found.
Hey, it
I
works.
love it. Better that one even has Charlie in it.
We need
he
to-
owns two of them. How do
need
you even
to
get your
redo
hands
this
on one of
image.
them?
The internet's a funny place, Troy. We need to
The
redo
internet's
this
a funny
image,
place.
put Mello in the middle, put Gray on one of the sides, and I think I don't know who's the other most down bad person in the server, Mello.
That's a really good question. I'm not sure. I feel like I'm the most down bad, which I don't know if that's good or bad.
That's incredible.
My
I think
down
to us here
badness
it's
gets
good.
triggered instantly, and if I like what I see, it goes hard.
You're talking to I think some
Yeah.
people who are equally as down bad, so don't worry about that.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, let's be real, you'll lie. You're
Stop
pretty
it. Let me out of this.
I think Troy said it best or herself in the in the thing. What do you say? Our podcast is great because how diverse it is. We have a furry, a psycho obsessed bottom, and a punching bag. How many podcasts can say it's that?
Can we stop with the bottom because of it? It's not a
You're never gonna beat the bottom allegations.
I'm not.
It's okay. I'm right there with you, man.
Look, you got a friend, Eli. You got a friend.
Yeah.
Someone I can relate to.
See, you're accepting it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
This first part is acceptance.
True. But that's actually going back on topic. I don't know how we got off to this dick council thing. It's actually really cool that your OC kind of just became your VTuber. It became what it is today. I feel like I've tried redesigning Ko so many times, and his name has changed so many times. Also, like I'm not even happy with this variant, so I'm still thinking of what to change with it. But yeah, that's really fucking cool. Let's see here. Anything you two want to ask? I feel like Troy, you should ask because you're also trying to become a VTuber.
I don't have many questions, but I do want to say I'm impressed by your ability to make pickup lines up on the fly.
Honestly.
Oh, thank you.
It is
Yeah,
impressive.
It cracks me up because I am not like an antisocial person. I'm a lot better about talking to people IRL than I am online because I actually was really freaked out of online. Like my most of my childhood I wasn't really allowed on the internet, and I was always told that the internet has bad people on it. So like being on the internet freaked me the fuck out. But it's really funny because for whatever reason, what I unlocked during all of that is getting absurdly good at flirts. And I cannot do that part IRL, but my brain is just made to just like flirt. And if I was a man, I would be way too powerful. Like even as a lady, I feel like I'm way too powerful with it. Particularly because like I'm not dating anybody right now for personal reasons. So it's one where I'm just like, why am I so good at flirting and I can't even do anything with it? I do like building people up though, so I feel like that part's fun.
Yeah.
The
love someone who likes to build
gods
people
really
up.
gave you ultimate Riz, but you can't use it. How sad.
Dude, my life in a nutshell. So it's all irony.
All your power
Biggest-
is worthless.
I know,
Welcome to the
biggest dick of
club.
all time, born a lady. Don't even have dick powers anymore. Terrible.
Crazy.
It's inverted. You have to uninvert it.
Do.
Don't put that graphic into my mind.
I'm gonna have to edit that on the podcast. Just gonna be like a giant censor screen that appears. Amazing.
Those are the best moments.
Honestly. Let's see here. So you said so now how am I gonna word this? So you said like earlier, don't laugh at me. You said earlier that the what we get here is how you kind of are in real life. Is that like still hold true for like, I don't want to get like into personal things. If you don't want to answer this, feel free to not. But is this also like your job? Like, are you like, is that work too? Secretly, maybe?
No, oh my god. Like what you guys get is what my very, very close friends get. For almost everybody else inside of my life and for jobs and whatnot, I have like the layers of Mello where we have extremely professional Mello where you know that she's weird, but you would never expect how weird she is. That is work Mello. Then if we're like acquaintances, you're gonna get that I'm weirder, and you will see some of it slip from time to time, but you're still not gonna get that I'm insane. It's only like my extremely close friends who are like, who just know this about me. And yeah, I feel like that's kind of fun though, where it's just a way for me to be who I am and not be worried about the repercussions of it. And I feel
No,
like
that's
that's one of the
understandable.
greatest benefits to VTubing, because I would 100% get fired if my work knew that I was like this on the internet.
No, honestly, I feel that because when I stream, I use my webcam, so I do have to be weary of like, you know, what if someone at work sees this? What if I just get screwed over because of it? But also at the same time, I'm like, eh. But I do guess one of the fears I have is I do play for like the collegiate esports team at my college. So if they see my streams, I don't think I say anything messed up. It's mostly my friends that join the call and trying to get me canceled for some freaking reason. Looking at you, Troy.
It's
But,
not me. Let's be real. I don't do it all the time. It's
You
only
feed
when a
into
certain
it. You
other...
feed
I
into
feed
it.
into it because it's so easy to feed into it.
Troy, just
When-
because
when-
Shannon gives you a gun doesn't mean you have to shoot it.
Well,
But why give gun then?
Yeah, why give gun?
Because it's Shannon, my friend Shannon. She has this
We have
weird
K-
thing where we have this thing where whenever I'm streaming and I'm just sitting in this Discord call, she comes in and she's like, "Wow, Will, I can't believe you're racist. I can't believe you said this word to me like the other day." When it's just like, what the hell? I'm just
What is
streaming
wrong
the
with
funny.
your friends?
Right?
He's bad at picking friends.
Horrible at picking friends.
Horrible.
Bruh, Eli, you're the only one who hasn't done me bad.
Yet.
Yeah.
God,
He's waiting, biding his time.
waiting
I'm
for the
just waiting
perfect
until you get
moment.
big. That's it. Then it's over.
Big.
That's when you leak the DMs, right?
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
God damn, better start deleting them now.
You fool, I have them all archived.
Fuck. Time to hack Troy's phone. Can I get a hacker on Fiverr?
Probably, honestly.
I think you can. You can get anything on Fiverr. Speaking of Fiverr, so your first model was done on Fiverr. Is this a new model of yours? First off, amazing. I love the new model. Very beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Is it done by someone on Fiverr or Twitter? I forget.
Yeah, new one is done on Twitter, and my first one was done on Fiverr.
Yeah, I remember you sent me the link because that's who I'm using. The one on Fiverr is the one I'm using to get a silver as VTuber, and then Troy's also.
It's awesome though. Yeah, Fiverr to me gets kind of a bad rap where I know that some of the people on there are not great. There's a lot of people who will just steal other people's work or just lie about the products that they're
Yeah,
selling.
I've
But I
noticed
do
that.
think, yeah, Fiverr honestly does have some great options, and I've been able to work with some really, really great people on there. So I feel bad that it has the reputation it does. I feel like I was lucky too in that nobody ever just shamed my first model for being that, because people are weird about that kind of stuff, and I'm honestly surprised that I never did. But I will like flat out say Zhaoxing did an amazing job, and particularly for what she does, she is fantastic at it. So gets my big thumbs up.
I only talked to her a bit, but she seemed very nice. But basically, moral of the story is, if you need something done on Fiverr, reach out to Mello. She has the connections. Do not flood her DMs, please. That was a joke. But yeah.
Ooh, I have
That
a
reminds
question. I have a
go
question.
ahead.
Mello, I'm always impressed at how you constantly have a conversation going. How do you do it? You just always have something to say at every second of the stream, every second of anything you're doing.
I do. I honestly don't know though. I wish that I had a better explanation for this, because I know a really big thing with streaming is people just say try and minimize the amount of gaps where you're not talking. And I feel like I heard that and was like, great, I'm gonna be an overachiever and I'm gonna get an A++ plus an extra like 15 points extra credit and just not have any free space, period. But most of how I do it is this is just genuinely how I am as a person. And I feel like that's not a great answer. But if you talk to any of my IRL friends, they're like, yeah, she just never shuts up. I will shut up at appropriate occasions. But if you get me going, I can literally just talk for hours about anything. And I feel like it's kind of nice. I'm sure that some people get very annoyed that I just don't even breathe, but it's kind of, to me, I like it. I don't really like things that have weird, awkward gaps between it, so I feel like I'm doing a good job if I'm just able to be like, go, go, go throughout the entire thing.
No, that's fair. That's actually a really good. I mean, you got lucky. You got the good personality. You got the name. You came. The gods really blessed you in this. The stars aligned and everything. They gave the perfect
It's kind
streamer.
of funny.
Just
It's
everything about it.
I'll make this kind of quick because this is semi on topic, but at least for VTubing, it's really funny for me because basically the stars did align for me to find this and for me to do at least relatively okay. I feel like I'm doing great. I'm sure that some other people would be like, yeah, you're doing whatever, but if I have fun at a stream and I make somebody happy, like that is my day made. So for me, at the very least, it's interesting because prior to VTubing, and I still do it, I worked as a video editor for different people. So I'm very used to like working inside of this industry with doing that. And I've also, back when I was like, I think in early high school or something, I just decided to learn Photoshop and just like learn how to do basic art stuff online. So it's just really funny how there's a bunch of things like that that all came together so that once this ended up becoming a thing I wanted to do, I just basically had all the skills so I could just go knock it out like instantly. So
Damn.
it's cool.
Oh, that's actually really cool. That is cool.
Yeah. You have like, I think your streams are the most entertaining out of all the ones that I've ever watched, and because it's just always something going on. I actually don't watch streams very often because I find them boring. Because it's just nothing, lots of empty space. But with you, there's never nothing.
so sweet. That warms my heart so much. But thank you. That's like the biggest compliment that I can ever receive is just like you're making my day better or just I'm constantly entertained. So
It's also it's also great when I have you playing in the background because I just tune in randomly and you always say the most out of pocket shit when I tune back in.
I have a knack of saying incredibly cursed things.
It's just like out of context, even in context sometimes. It's horrible. It's great.
It's really funny. I'm so happy that we have the Mello's cursed quotes inside of Discord because half the
God.
time I don't even realize that what I say is cursed up until somebody's like, Mello, what the fuck? And then I go back and read it and just start laughing.
Do you mind if we go through that chat really quick? Just say some.
Oh boy.
Oh,
see.
go for it.
Go for it. Where the fuck is it? Curse quotes. Here we go. First one I see.
God.
I have
can't
a
believe you
massive.
were-
I have massive IRL titties, like massive, bruh.
I don't even remember why I said that because I do not have massive IRL titties.
It was said the first of this month. Okay, what else? Unless there's an inside part, her coochie is. What is that word? Scrutining? On that-
Functioning.
suctioning onto that. I can't read, by the way. I'm probably the worst person who could have done this.
What does any of this mean? I don't blame you.
I actually know what that one's from. There was a picture that I had sent just inside of the mod chat because I was like, this outfit's banging, but I don't know how this person has not gotten banned off Twitch yet because when I say that this person's hoo-ha was out, their hoo-ha was out. And when trying to figure out how their outfit was staying on, all of us were being like, I don't know, man. And since I am the lady inside of there, I was just like, there's no feasible way. Not even God could make this outfit stay on. I don't know how this is working. And for whatever reason, I was like, the only way that this is going to work is if her coochie is just suction cupping like something to keep this working. So that's why. That's where it just starts going downhill real fucking fast.
I see. You ever like say anything that you try to backpedal on quickly? Like you say it in the moment, it doesn't seem cursed, but then like people will start pointing it out, and then that you're trying to backpedal. No, you just commit to it.
For me, at least with curse stuff, like none of the curse stuff I say is bad. So for me, it's fine. It's more just like, wow, that's really incredibly cursed. So I'm not mad about that. There's only been one time that I ever said something that I did back up on, and it wasn't something that I said. It was because I paused to take a breath and it made something not sound quite right. That is the only time that I've ever backed up and said something. And for that one too, it was one where I was mentioning how some people inside of church are not very fond of LGBT people, and I took a breath mid-sentence, blatantly stating that fact, not saying I agree with it or anything, but the breath made it just not sound right. So that was the only one where I was like, just to clear things up, Mello's down for that shit. I just was trying to say that sometimes church does this kind of stuff and I apologize for that. But yeah, when you're streaming, there's something called streamer brain, and sometimes your brain can just like go off, and with you talking constantly, it makes it really difficult to try and have cohesive thoughts. So there's a lot of instances like that streamers have, and I feel very fortunate that I've only had that happen once, and it was something where if you ever watched it back, you could very clearly tell that it was just me taking a breath and not actually me saying anything bad. So I'm gonna knock on some wood and hope to keep it that way.
Yeah.
You just get canceled in this stream for something like that now. Oh my god, I just realized it's your anniversary this week, isn't it?
It is. It was my streaming anniversary at least like 3 days ago.
That's right. That's right. I did want to bring that up. I'm looking at these questions. And I just have a note that says "bring up anniversary," and I got so confused for a second. But I don't take good notes.
No, taking is hard.
It do be. Yeah, started streaming officially on June 14th last year. That was my first test stream on Twitch. I played some Nautica. We watched it on the anniversary, and you can definitely tell that it's me, but I was very nervous and it was really cringe, but it was at least funny.
How do you go about doing that? Because these two, I ask them if they can like rewatch the podcast while I'm at work to choose out funny moments, and I don't think they do because they just hate their voice. I mean, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. Like, I would hate my voice too, but I still do it. Like, I don't hate it. I put up with it.
I
It's
can
like
only take it in short spurts.
My voice is like a car crash. it's like neat to look at, but not good to look at, if that makes sense.
It's a crazy analogy.
Hey, it works. Nah, I don't blame you guys for that. It's a really common thing for people to not like listening to their voice. And for me, at least, just with video editing, for a lot of it, I would have to just hear my voice constantly, even if I wasn't the person who is actually like starring in the video. So at some point, you just get used to it. But I think I'm one of those weirdos where I kind of like my voice. It's just weird, or at least a little bit more unique. And I'm like, hell yeah, I vibe with this.
I think that's fair. I think like doing all this editing I've been doing recently, hearing my own voice back so much, I've gone to the point where I don't hate it. Like I've grown to be like, okay, yeah, that's me. Not bad, but I don't think it's also good. So I'm getting there. Small steps, small steps.
I like your voice at least.
Oh, thank you, Mello. Thank you.
It's good that you're able to get there.
Mm-hmm. But, any big plans for the anniversary, or was the rewatching of the very first stream the main one?
No, for the actual streaming anniversary, I'm going to be doing something. I'm going to be completely honest and say that for the vast majority of my streams and what I do, I literally sit there on Mondays and I'm like, what should I do this week? And I just randomly pick things that I think sound interesting. So I'm not quite a procrastinator, but I don't quite think ahead very far. So I am planning on doing something actually relatively big and exciting. It won't be like a concert or anything like that, because I am just a little VTuber on the internet, but I do want to do something to celebrate.
Stop lying. We know you got connections to like the company that does the Hatsune Miku concert. You're gonna be doing like a full holographic stream in a stadium.
If you can settle for the Walmart version of me dancing in like a VR chat world, we'll do that.
That sounds far more entertaining.
Yeah, honestly.
No, I agree. Anyone can go to a concert to see a Miku concert, but no one can go to like a random Walmart and see Mello dancing. That's a select taste right there.
You know what's sad is I genuinely think I have just randomly danced in Walmart. Not for like TikTok dance, I'm gonna stand in the aisle and block people, but I'm pretty sure that
did it randomly.
I'm pretty sure that if my roommate and I go shopping together, that I'll like see her from across the store and just start like shimmying over her way, and she's like, I hate you.
Honestly,
sometimes you just...
I see that. You seem like that kind of person.
Yeah, it's fun. Life's short. You just gotta be a dumbass during it. A fun dumbass, but a dumbass.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Fuck, I had something I wanted to ask, but now it's gone. Shit.
Life's too short to be normal.
True. True. Fuck, that's gonna bother me now. I really wanted to ask something I felt that was very important, and now it's gone. I guess it wasn't important.
More important. Here's a good question. Do you have any questions for us?
That's a great question. What made you guys want to do the podcast? I know that they've been popping since COVID, but I always think it's fun whenever people decide to do one.
I guess that question.
They thought our
falls more onto
conversations
me.
were funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They? Who's they?
You two.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, we just talk about random stuff for the majority of the calls, so
We just thought, fuck it. Plus, I feel like this might come off as a very wholesome moment, and I hate it, so I'm probably gonna edit it out because I'm a gamer. I'm meant to be rugged. I'm meant to be cruel. But yeah, exactly. But I don't know. I feel like I work a lot on like, oh, there goes the computer. I feel like I work a lot on projects, whether it be editing, video recording, programming, all that crap, that I don't have time to hang out with them. So I thought, fuck it. I'm gonna make them part of my work, whether they want to or not. I'm forcing this on them.
I was fully dragged into this. They didn't even tell me they were making the podcast until like 2 days before the first episode.
We're like, Troy, get your ass in here. We're recording.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Just that. And yes, the name Insomnia is very intentional. That is very intentional.
Alright, you don't have to lie to her now.
I always like to hear origin stories on stuff.
No, that's fair. We're not trash taste, unfortunately, but we will one day. We'll be as big as them one day.
Just as popular. You gotta keep those hopes high.
Exactly. We'll get there.
I believe in you. It's a little bit of luck and a lot of hard work, and then usually I'm really bad at this. I actually don't do it, but studying algorithms a little bit ends up helping too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doing
get
what's
those.
trendy.
Who was it
Yeah.
that said this? I think it was like Uncle Ben in one of the Spider-Man shit. It was. I think he said something like, luck is just opportunity meets something." I don't feel like it was Uncle Ben that said that.
I think the quote makes most sense if it's opportunity meets hard work, but I don't know what quote
Yeah,
you're
I
saying,
think
so.
I think that's it. I don't know. I remember someone from Spider-Man saying some shit like that. Maybe it was Osborn.
Spider-Man 2 was a great movie.
Oh, shit!
I think.
There
I
goes
don't know, I
there
don't
goes my
remember.
little toy. My toy fell. That's sad.
Your toy fell? Was it the Among Us one?
No, it's not the Among Us toy. I don't even know where that one is. It was a random. It was not even a toy. It was literally a camera clip I was fidgeting with. But yeah. This question I wanted to ask still has not come back to me. So favorite animes and least favorite animes. Fuck it. Let's get some personal shit here.
You like
Fuck.
One Piece?
I do. I love One Piece.
And you call me bad for starting conversations with how I start conversations.
Average anime fan tries to start a conversation.
Hey, One Piece is at least a safe bet, though. You're either gonna get somebody like sucking the One Piece dick, or somebody being like, "I hate everything about it," and then it's
Yeah.
kind of funny.
Yeah, I will suck One Piece's dick.
Oh, I will
You're
hard
welcome.
suck One Piece's dick.
Yeah.
Oda better watch out. I'm coming for like half his creations, literally.
Damn. Any good One Piece hentai?
Honestly, there actually kind of are out there.
You saw another look.
No, I believe it. I feel like One Piece has characters that I feel would make very interesting hentais. Can like
I mean,
does the
just look at
gum gum fruit affect Luffy's dick?
You know what's fucking sad is that I have not seen a hentai do that, but I've sat there and I'm just like, why would you not
Really?
use that? Like, I
Really?
literally don't understand.
He's so stretchy.
I know. I've
They have
seen
not made
Hisoka
use of his
have
stretchy
that,
dick?
but not Luffy.
Troy.
Yeah, I've seen that.
What?
I once, to satiate my own curiosity, I once drew something like that.
Dude, hell yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
still have
listen,
it.
I'm willing. No, I don't. Actually, I probably do. I might have deleted it. I don't know. I delete a lot of my artwork,
Yeah, we can
especially
tell.
my old artwork that I hate looking at.
That's great. Huh. I really think like people I'm surprised that maybe a lot of people have not used the gum gum dick technique.
Yeah, no, like the next 10 never like actually use devil fruits though.
I mean, that's dumb. I feel like that can lead to so much good shit. Good
I
so
have
much...
seen it with Robin. Robin has a good devil fruit for that.
Yeah.
Oh god, I have not thought about that. What's her
So
fruit
many
thing again?
hands.
Doesn't it just put limb? Is it any limbs or just hands?
It's in.
Any
Any
limb.
limbs.
Oh,
I'm sure
my.
you can imagine from there.
There was a scene
I've only
post-
so I don't care about spoilers for One Piece because when I was dying in the hospital, I watched a lot of clips. But I do know a little bit about Robin. I just got introduced to her. I just finished Alabasta, but I know from clips what she can do and stuff. Is it her limbs or it can be any limb? Can she just think of a limb and just it's appear?
It's her limbs.
Okay. So she can't just make a penis appear on someone's face.
Actually, I'm pretty
Unfortunately.
sure we still have the exact quote I said. Hold on. Where's the quote chat?
Oh my god, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Post time skip. There was a scene with Robin when she got her power up to make really big limbs, right? And one of them was her feet. So the first thing I thought was, I just want Robin's big feet to stop me.
Amazing.
That was
And you
the
deny
first thing that
having a
came to
foot
my
fetish.
mind as soon as I saw big feet. I once
You know-
gaslit myself in having a foot fetish.
How did you do that?
I just kept telling. It was weird. Like back in like 9th grade, everyone was convinced I had a foot fetish for some reason. So I just kept agreeing with it. Like, yeah, I have a foot fetish. Yeah, I have a foot fetish. And eventually, I had convinced myself I had a foot fetish.
That's incredible.
I feel like that's like a World War II like torture technique. Get information out. You will tell us
Yeah,
the
I was-
information. You will tell us the information.
I was about to say, better watch out, see if the CIA agents start popping up, being like, he's too powerful. He managed to convince himself of things that aren't actually real.
Bro, imagine
Yeah,
getting
those-
captured by the CIA and instead of like, executing you, they just torture you to convince you have like the one fetish you hate.
Oh,
Oh god, no.
That would be horrible.
Strap you down to a chair, put you in like a room that looks like the Black Ops 2 lobby with all the CRT monitors. Just like, you have this fetish. You have this fetish. No! No!
I think mine would be feet. I really don't like feet.
Feet are weird.
I
They're just-
agree. Just I
like-
don't understand. It's like the fastest turn off for me. If I see a really nice art piece and then there's just like feet, I'm like, oh,
Why would
that
you
and
do that?
armpits that look like pussy. I hate that.
What?
No.
Nah, that's a no.
I've
Hang
seen
on,
some
I knew
wild shit
about
in
the
my
armpit
life.
thing, but is that an extension of it? Armpits that look like pussies?
Dude,
I've
there's
seen-
just people who draw armpits like that.
I've seen
I
armpits that
see.
are pussies. So
I mean,
I've seen a lot of weird porn in my life.
I've been on DeviantArt. I'm in that same boat. That's crazy.
There we go. Okay.
I think feet are just stubbier hands with stubby fingers, or just longer
That's-
hands with stubby fingers.
It's just,
Ew.
it's honestly, a foot really is just a hand,
Exactly.
but like evolved so you can stand upright. Because that used to be a hand.
So
but
is
now
that where
it's not.
your April Fool's model came from? Just you, since you're so down bad, you thought, fuck it, it'd be funny if I did a model based off the one thing I'm not down bad for.
Basically, so I saw Yoshino ended up making that model, and when they put it up, I was like, that's the most cursed ass shit I have seen in my entire life. And I wanted to do something extra stupid for April 1st, and I think I was working so much at that point, I didn't have time to like really do anything absolutely nutty. So I was just
took the
like,
foot and slapped the bow on it.
yeah. I mean, it's the bow, I feel like, is my recognizable part. Probably bow
Oh,
and
yeah.
hair more than anything else.
yeah.
So
I noticed you have a lot of bows.
I do. I love bows.
I noticed that because I I actually forgot the massive bow behind your hair in the lion art I sent.
Wait, did you
Actually,
actually?
can go on later.
I legit forgot the bow. Like, it was on my sketch. I just forgot the line.
Oh, you are missing the bow. That's actually crazy.
I don't know how I managed to do that.
It ain't
Which
Mello
made me
without
hate the art
bow.
even more.
And I feel like I look like an alien without the bow. I can take it on and off now, and if I look at myself without it, I'm like, who are you? I don't
It's like
recognize who's in the mirror anymore.
It's like Superman
one
with
of
the
the-
glasses. Put
It's
the
like
glasses on and
Basically.
clank
identifiable
cart.
traits.
I
Take
just
'em
look
off.
naked, but not sexy naked, like bad naked.
So the bow stays on during sex then is what I'm
Oh
getting.
god, 100%.
Got
The
it,
bows
got
and the thigh highs, those have to stay on.
it. Let me just look up what the hell a thigh high is, because I feel like I should know what this is.
Take a wild guess what a thigh high
Yeah, I
is.
mean,
It's kind of self-explanatory.
Socks or boots, something like that. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I don't know. I know stuff, but then other times I just don't know stuff. I forget shit.
Sometimes you
time
just gotta be
zone thing.
confident that you know stuff as well. You know?
Yeah, but then other times I'm confident and I have a fuck up like today with the time zone shit. So
You could have just convinced us that you didn't fuck it up, you know?
yeah, but
Blame
I
it
really
on
like.
me.
Yeah, you could just. You could have
I'm the scapegoat.
Yeah.
God damn it, Mello! You were an hour late. We were here waiting.
I'm sorry. Forgive me.
That's actually funny. Like
I'm-
right as we were getting worried that you weren't gonna join, and then right as like my food got here, and I was gonna go eat, I get the little badoom, and we see Mello has joined the server. I'm like, fuck, pizza just got here. God damn it.
Oh my goodness. No, I would never not join. If I ever commit to something, I am there unless I have had a shark bite off my leg and I'm in the hospital. And even then, I would just be like, yo, nurse, can I borrow your phone for a quick sec? Thanks.
I got a podcast to join.
You
Yeah,
do
literally.
We just hear the hospital beep, beep, beep in the background.
Yeah, my
I was like,
anxiety.
you
would be-
okay?
Oh, I'm fine.
I
A
probably
shark
wouldn't
just
even
bit.
acknowledge it. We don't.
Yeah, Troy, you
I
don't,
don't-
you don't acknowledge shit.
I wouldn't want to do the same thing Dog VA did with the Iron Mouse that one time.
What
Oh,
time?
yeah, I heard that.
She
on
does.
the-
She
When,
he does a
when,
lot of shit.
when she had like the respirator going,
Oh, during their forest thing.
and Connor was like, "What the fuck is that noise?"
I can breathe too. I breathe too funny. See? It's fucking. I remember that. That clip. That clip lives in my head rent free.
That clip
Right
is
next-
great.
Right next to pizza. It's Alright, man, this is wholesome.
Too bad I don't watch streamers.
So when you become big, like very big, because I think it's gonna happen, you have all the right traits, you have the skills and everything. Do you ever plan to like join with like maybe Hololive or Shoujo or some other group, or do you just plan to stay indie all the time? Make this like, because I understand this is also kind of a hobby for you, right? So I don't know. I don't know if you want to try and make a living off of this, or you just want to strictly leave it to that, so it doesn't become like something you stress over.
Yeah, great question. So you have a lot more faith in me than I have in myself. I don't really know what's going to end up happening. Like, again, I am thrilled with where I am at right now, and I just truly feel blessed to even be where I am. Like, I'm still a relatively small VTuber, but it's just been an amazing year, and it makes me very, very happy. I would never leave my model is, I guess, the answer to that question. I would never join a Hololive. I know for sure I would never join Niji Sanji. Shoujo would be a question mark, but it would really have to just depend on it, because I don't know if you guys have noticed, I'm more or less a solo streamer where collabs are not really my thing.
Yeah.
So having to be in a spot where I'd have to collab all the time would be a little bit more difficult for me. But I guess for the long short of it, more than likely would stay indie. I would never ever get rid of my model. I am attached to her on a whole other level where, like, I cannot imagine being anybody else but who I am right now. So all of that is definitely how that is. But yeah, for the full-time bit as well, I would love to do this full-time. It is a hobby for me right now, and that's more or less like, unfortunately, I maybe fortunately, because I feel like it'd be taking the easy straight. I'm not in a position where I have a shitload of money or like rich parents or a sugar daddy or anything to just let me go and not work. Like, I have to work so I'm not homeless and so I can eat. So I just have to make sure that I can actually afford to do stuff. And I'm so blessed with VTubing, where I've been able to do more than I feel like people do in their entire VTubing careers, just due to everybody's generosity and support. But I think it's going to be at least a little while before I can make any big steps on doing it full time.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, no, that wasn't the important question, but this is a different question that's popped into my mind. And also, fucking God, what is in my eye? Well, I struggled to get this out. So you made merch, not recently, but a while back. It was the body pillow and a few other things. Does that stuff, like, when you do taxes, I don't know how taxes work. I get someone else to do them for me because they're too boring. Does that stuff like show up? Does like a body, like 200 body pillows show up on your taxes or some shit?
Yeah, so I guess technically yes. With the body pillows, at least, there's been a weird payment thing going on where it's a very reputable website, and this is just purely from COVID reasons. I haven't gotten paid for those yet, so I didn't have to worry about those specifically. For the merch stuff in general too, I did merch way faster than I should, and I did it just because you guys basically wanted it, or my community wanted it, and I'm somebody where I just like making people happy, so if people wanted it, I was like, fuck it, I can afford it right now, let's make some merch. But it's I haven't had to deal with that yet. Taxes absolutely suck. I did my own. I'm trying to get my brother to do them for me next year because he's actually an accountant, so I'm just like, bro, please help me. But thankfully I'm the only dumbass who has to look at them for right now.
Your brother's like, Mello, what are these 500 penis body pillows? Why do you have 500? What is this?
See, what's sad is that my brother and I are the same person, so he would get it, but he would also just be like, I'm never doing your taxes again. I'd be like, I'm sorry.
Just imagine, like, reporting to the IRS that you sold 200 body pillows.
Goals,
okay, bro,
honestly.
hear me out. Bro, I know it's much, but what if I give you one of the body pillows? Negotiate.
Step bro! But God, I would never do that.
That's
Does anyone else in your family know about this? I remember you mentioned the Discord. Your dad, I think, is the only one that knows about this, right?
Yeah, so my brother knows, my mom does not know. My mom thinks that I'm a porn star right now, which kind of cracks me up, and I can't really disprove that theory from her because my mom is a gossip queen. I love her, but I do not trust my mom with secrets. My mom knows absolutely everybody, and she would tell everybody and like show them everything I'm doing, and I cannot let that happen. My dad knows, but my dad can keep secrets to the grave, so haven't shown him anything for probably quite honestly clear reason. But he at least knows that my name is Chongus Dongus, and he knows what I'm doing to basically reiterate to my mom, no, Mello's not being a whore on the internet. Calm down.
As every parent's concerned, but
Every parent.
no, honestly, I feel that. I feel Troy also might feel that. But yeah, no, I think my dad is the only one that knows. Maybe my brother-in-law. I think I mentioned it once when I was drunk, but that's a can of worms that I don't even know how to open. So yeah, so far only
Yeah, I remember,
1.5 people.
remember one time I brought to my parents that I want to be I have a bunch of story ideas in my head and I want to start writing them. And she was like, okay, yeah, I'll be your proofreader. And I was like, I don't know if I want you to be my proofreader because it's just like I just feel weird with my family reading my work.
Troy level
like,
with me. Was it hentai?
No, none of it is porn. I just don't like
Okay.
the idea of my family reading my work. And she was like, I don't care if it's porn. And it's just like, what do you mean? You can't just bring that on. I didn't even have plans to make porn.
But on the off chance, it could have been like that romance novel I told you about yesterday, Blocks of Lust. I'm pretty sure that author didn't have plans to write a Minecraft romance novel, but they did
Listen,
anyway.
okay. Things come about,
No, yeah, I agree.
It's just always just weird how willing my parents are to support any of my endeavors. Like, I'm grateful, but it's like sometimes it's just like a little bit too much support.
You should show them the body pillow. For context, Troy and I, and even Eli here, we all went to like the same. Well, Troy and I went to the same high school. Eli and I went to the same middle school. And for Troy's birthday or Christmas, I think it was Christmas. Troy was in love with this character from a game called Mystic Messenger. I don't know if you know about it. And I got her a body pillow of her favorite character, 707. And she has still yet to show her parents. It currently lives. Where is it at?
It lives in my controller. I have stuffed it inside my arcade stick controller.
Yeah.
It is my good luck charm whenever I play fighting games.
You think maybe that's why your inputs kind of suck sometimes? There's like lint in it, clogging up the things, the connectors.
No. It's actually it's not even in the controller I use.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
okay.
it's just Troy.
Just Troy being shit.
Because I'm ass at Street Fighter.
That's fair. What
That's
else?
kind of amazing, honestly.
It is. I'm surprised I got to fit in there. It only barely fit in there. I used to put it in my backpack and I brought it to school every day, just in a pocket I never opened.
Fantastic.
I'd always tell people about it. Like, can I see it? And I was like, you don't believe me? And I just show it to them. I just zero fear.
That's funny.
I'm actually kind of surprised I never got caught with it.
You got caught with a hentai, but not the pillow, so thankfully.
I got caught bringing hentai to school. I wasn't the one that got caught bringing hentai to school. I was the one that brought it to school.
You never got
by
it back.
accident, mind you. It wasn't on purpose. I swear it wasn't on purpose.
How do you bring that? Oh, no. How do you bring a hentai to school by accident?
I didn't know it was hentai. I just sort of found it.
It was No Game No Life.
Yeah, but it was no Game No Life is pretty. Yeah, No Game No Life is weird.
There's no excuse, Troy. Even if
But
No Game No
like,
Life isn't exactly hentai, you should have expected. Okay, maybe there's something that I should not bring to the place of education.
It was just like I just didn't think about it. I was kind of stupid back. I mean, I still am kind of stupid, but I was like even more stupid back then.
You ever do anything like that, Mello? Bring a hentai to school or some shit? No.
It was great.
It was such a goody two shoes.
Where did it
go?
Got
manga banned at my school as well.
Wait, really?
They got manga as a whole band. You weren't allowed to bring because another person just reading Bleach and she got it taken away.
That's crazy.
It was wild. It was great. I love that story so much.
So I know you asked Mello if she liked One Piece. What about Sword Art Online, Mello?
Very okay. It's been forever since I've actually seen or done anything with that. I remember when I first watched it, I was really, really young, and I was like, well, I guess this kind of slaps, but that's kind of the end of my opinion on it.
Oh, okay.
Damn. How do you feel about that, Will?
Stop trying to push Sword Art Online to everybody you meet, Mario.
Yeah, literally, one of the first things this man told me was you should pirate Sword Art Online.
Hey, I said you should watch Sword Art Online.
You said
Granted,
yeah, but then you said watch it on Kiss Anime.
No,
Look,
snitching now? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I didn't even know what an anime was back then. That was my introduction to you and anime.
Yeah. And you say I ruined your life because of it.
You did. You did. I was such a decent person back then.
Troy, I think you still would have turned out to be a furry, even if I didn't show you Sword Art Online.
Yeah,
I'm
probably.
sorry.
But let's.
You can't
Yeah,
blame me
probably.
for your problems all the time.
But I can blame you for most of my problems.
You know, blame Mello. She says she's a scapegoat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I'll just take it. If people start yelling at me, I'll be like, all right, that's cool.
It's just you know.
You just roll over, show the belly.
Yeah.
You just get used to being yelled at eventually.
That's
Yeah,
fair,
I'm
that's fair.
actually not used to getting yelled at for the most part. I'm used to getting yelled at for doing retail work, but people have been shockingly nice to me online. My very first comment ever was somebody calling me a dingus, which will forever make me laugh. But for the most part, like, people have really not been bad to me. Somebody called me a lowly once, but I was like, buddy, take one fucking look at me. I am not a fucking lowly. And if you think that this is a lowly, like, buddy, what do you think a normal person looks like?
Honestly.
I think there was one way, but I don't remember it.
I feel like your first hate comment always lives in your head rent free.
Yeah, it was a dingus. That's incredible. I love that.
I remember one time I was playing Strive, and I was playing against this guy. And the best part is he won the set, mind you. This guy won the set. But he sent me a friend request, and I was like, oh, he sent me a friend request. That's cool. I guess I'll accept it.
This story.
I accepted his friend request, and like an hour later, he DM'd me like, you should kill yourself. Why do you always wake up throw? And I was just like, you were the one that kept falling for it. And you won!
That's getting a little heated there.
It's just like, he won! He won! That's the crazy thing. He fucking won! That's like the biggest thing about that it startles me every time I think about it, is that he won that.
Troy, I would have just sent a smiley emoji.
I said fair.
You just-
I would have just called him a spicy quesadilla and then just left.
Yeah, and the thing is, the game I was playing, you can't just like look at recent players in Steam. So he had to look up my name in Steam. He was dedicated to telling me to kill myself.
Damn.
He was dedicated.
See, somebody's at least passionate about you then. Maybe
Yeah,
not in the right
true.
way.
That's one way to look at it.
No, Troy.
Also,
Troy, you
just so
can
that
fix
nobody
them.
hates me, super quick. I said quesadilla. I say that because I love Napoleon Dynamite. I do know it's quesadilla. I just know that if this did end up going out somewhere, somebody's gonna be like, look at this fucking white bitch saying quesadilla.
Mello, I don't think you need to worry about that right now. We're grateful you became the first guest on this podcast, but we only have like 2 viewers that aren't our friends.
Hey,
So
you gotta start somewhere. We all start there.
True. So I
It
don't
makes
think you
me
gotta
feel
worry
any
about being
better.
canceled.
I once got called a gringo by my Spanish teacher. So,
Impressive.
and the best part is, I'm half Mexican.
Those are always the ones that end up happening.
Yeah. How went speaking of other languages, how went the Japanese stream? I was working on something, so I didn't get time to watch it. Did anyone here watch it?
No,
Got it.
I had a game that day, so I couldn't.
I don't think I was awake.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
you
worries.
don't-
I think it went well.
I think so.
How far did you get? I'm assuming you did Duolingo.
No, we didn't memorize. So memorize is an app that I've actually used before, and I'm just fond of it. I'm not sponsored by them. I just genuinely like them.
But we
I was-
are.
You are, hell yeah.
That's right. Let's talk about our sponsor, HelloFresh.
Okay.
This podcast is sponsored by Boxu. God, but not continue. Sorry.
No, you are all good. But now that's really all I had to say about it. It's fun. Like, learning different languages I always think is a good time. And for Japanese, I feel like Japanese is a really difficult language to learn if you're a native English speaker, because it's backwards from everything that you say in English, and it's a whole other alphabet and just other things with that.
It's wild.
Yeah,
It's
same with
like object,
Chinese and
subject,
Korean.
verb, right?
The US
Japanese is object, subject, verb, right?
Japanese is verb is last.
Yeah.
Japanese is the verb is the last thing in the sentence, and that is the only grammar, the only sentence structure rule you need to know. You can really jumble up everything else. As long as your particles are right, the sentence will still make sense.
How's a particle?
Your particles are like wa, ga, o, ni, de,
I see.
and a few others.
I see. I always hear there's no in between with Japanese. I always hear, oh, it's an easy language because it follows like these kind of rules, and then there's other people like it's the hardest language on earth because of these rules.
Is. Yeah,
There's
the
no
U.S.
in
Army.
between.
The U.S. Army says Japanese is the hardest language to learn for native English speakers.
Why does the
Yeah, I would
U.S.
not
Army
doubt
say that?
that.
They've actually ranked all the languages on a scale of 1 to 5 for how hard it is to learn. Japanese is the only 5.
Why did the U.S. Army do that though?
Because it's the fucking U.S. Army. They
I
need
guess.
people who speak multiple languages.
Yes. No, actually, no.
And
There's a
that
lot
makes
of
sense.
bases outside of Japan for North Korea kind of shenanigans. Same with China, so it's pretty normal for them to have to go over to Japan and
Yeah,
more than
there's-
likely learn the language from that.
There's a lot of
Fair
there's a lot of
enough.
bases in Japan as well. I think most of them are actually centered around Okinawa.
I don't know. I just feel like when you said like they did a survey to figure that out. I feel like that's something maybe Harvard would do. What is the top 10 hardest language for English speakers? I don't know.
Oh, they just
US Army
rated all the
food.
languages. They rated all the major languages.
They didn't rate dumbasses. Language I make up.
They didn't rate gibberish. I was distraught.
Unfortunate.
But yeah, no, learning a language is really cool though.
No, I believe it.
I think the whole process is interesting. It actually, wanting to learn Japanese got me really into linguistics as a whole. Linguistics is like such an interesting subject of science, and it's so underrated.
I feel like you're saying that because that one movie we watched in Theory of Knowledge class, the one with like the
Listen, okay.
aliens.
The one with the turkeys? Oh, the one with the aliens.
No.
Don't remind me of Theory of Knowledge, man.
Mello, would you like to take a class on like why do we know the things we know?
Just in general, like humanity, or
Yeah, we don't know.
Listen,
Rad.
okay. Theory of Knowledge was so poorly explained. I literally went to there were 3 Theory of Knowledge teachers at the school we went to. I went to all of them and asked them, what the fuck is a knowledge question? And they all gave me a different convoluted answer. And I was like, thanks, that's a great help. Now I'm even more confused.
sounds about right, honestly.
Look,
But honestly,
like-
oh, go ahead.
Oh, forgive me. I feel like
No.
the better way to put it is just anthropology stuff, where that's a big study that I am passionate about, and that's at least is the study of why humans are the way we are. So it wouldn't be everything, but for anthrocentric things, that would end up working out pretty well.
I don't
Yeah.
think it was that, but that does sound very interesting. You want to give
The Theory of Knowledge was similar to philosophy. They kept saying it was similar to philosophy. It was nothing like philosophy. It basically said, you want to ask a question that cannot be answered or can be answered in different ways depending upon the viewpoint.
we just relied on what extent.
Yeah, we just relied on to what extent.
Yeah, honestly, I don't see the point of that class anymore. I've not used
I
it
don't,
once.
and our teacher was a fucking dickhead.
To you, she was nice to me.
That's because I don't know why she was mean to me. She was mean to she called one of our classmates stupid because he didn't know where the bathroom was.
Damn.
A lovely teacher who definitely should be in a professional environment.
Yeah, she was like old. Her bones were creaking.
Bones are creaking.
So I think she was just one of those
think-
old people that just get like really angry as they get older.
That's gonna be you.
Listen, okay, I pride myself on not getting angry. I actually like kind of forced the emotion anger out of myself because I just do not like being angry.
I see. Well, anyway, Mello, it's already been almost an hour. We have 2 minutes left, so I think we don't want to keep you because you said you had some stuff you want to do in the afternoon with some friends. Anything you want to say? Anything you want to do to the 2 viewers that probably watch this?
Nah, it's just thank you for having me. It's been lovely. It's nice for me to be able to just talk about some stuff that I don't talk on streams very much. At least for I'm pretty aware that for some people they really like immersion when it comes to VTubers, so they don't really want to hear like, oh, what's the story behind the name and whatnot, where I've said it on stream before, but I think it's better inside of these environments to be able to talk about it, so that way the people who do care about immersion aren't just like, what the fuck? I feel like it's kind of hard to have that though with me, because I'm openly just like, here is my 4D arm, baby. Here is my entire body. I'm actually an alpaca doing a cooking stream for you, so it's fun.
Yo, when are we getting the alpaca model? When are we getting the alpaca model?
Yeah.
Could happen at some point in time. If anything, I can more than likely just like make a mask for it and just wear it one of the days.
That's why. Are masks hard to do for VTubers? I see that a lot. Is it just like copy and paste and a pair or parent to a bone or something in Live 2D or something?
Yeah, I think it depends. If you want one to actually move around as a live 2D object, that takes a lot of effort. That's one that's a little bit out of my element, where there's live 2D artists that go through and knock that out, and they are very good. But every time I see one of them do it, they're just like, I never want to go through this ever again, but here you go, it's beautiful. So it sounds like it's a more difficult experience.
I see. Well,
Live 2D just looks miserable.
It's such a cool software. There's some people who absolutely love it, but I think that you have to be a technology person, not an artist, to really appreciate it.
Yeah, I watched one person make a VTuber model using Live 2D, and I watched the process, and I was like, I would literally have a meltdown.
It's worse than 3D. Troy, take it from me. I had fucking aneurysms and stroke when I was making a 3D model for Angelina.
And
it never even worked. Yeah, it didn't work. I don't know why. No, my luck, I literally encountered a bug that no one on the fucking subreddit knew how to fix. Like, I reached out to everyone, and they're like, yeah, I don't know what to do. That's crazy.
It's like you have my technology curse.
Honestly.
It's a miracle I can stream in general. I almost want to record just the beginning bits of me trying to stream, because every single time without fail, I spend like 2 hours troubleshooting after I get like 4 separate areas. It's atrocious, but then I just get to come on and be like, hey guys, what's happening? Everything in my life is hanging by a thread, but we made it.
I used to work at a hotel, and that hotel was awful. I'm not going to say the name. Like, the people I worked with were nice, but the hotel condition, everything was awful. And one of the employees told me, look, I know this hotel is built out of bubblegum, sticks, and duct tape, but duct tape is one of the most reliable things on this planet, and the gum has been there for so long it's just concrete at this point. So we may be holding on by a thread, but that's like a good thread. That thread,
it's a thick fucking thread.
Exactly, it's a rope.
I like it. Just make all your thread out of the ancient gum. Got it.
Yeah. Eventually you'll harden in the concrete, but yeah. Anyway, I think it's about time we wrap it up. Mello, thank you so much for being our first guest. I think maybe if you ever want to come on here again, just send us a little DM. Maybe we'll bring you back on here for the 100th episode if we're that consistent.
Oh baby, yeah. I was gonna say, ask me whenever. Usually I try and make time for stuff like this. So thank you for having me.
No,
yeah, it was great having you.
Thank you for being on here. With all that said and done, I hope to see you all later. Anything you all want to say?
No.
Okay. See you all later. Bye bye.
Wait, go watch One Piece and read the horizon.